What's up, everyone? I am BK, back with another banger. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. I believe this might be the first upload for the new year. I had a completely other video in mind to do, but I said, let me bang this one out for the first joint. Today, we're going to look at how to bounce MIDI to sample. I've done it in the past of how to bounce MIDI to audio, but I'm gonna show you how to bounce sample to audio track. Right, so right here, bounce to new audio track. I'm gonna show you how to do that. It's really simple. Once you do that, it actually saves on CPU usage. If you have like 7 plugins going, depending on your specs of your actual computer, the computer might start to buffer crazy. So, 7 is a minimum. Like you got like 17, right? You got 17 omnispheres going. Your computer is going to hiccup. I don't care if you got a 32 gig, right? 64. It's gonna start to slow down just a little bit. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm using the ear plugins that was shipped with the MPC. I want to say I got it with the Renaissance when they had upgraded. I think it came with the 2.0. I don't know when I got it, but I wasn't using them. I bumped into them recently and I said, these kind of fly, and they for free. So Lego. All right, so I have the MPC Live hooked up. Of course, I don't have an additional camera, so you're not seeing that. But on the screen, you can see the pads, and the pads are, I'm in pad performance mode, and I'm going to make some sort of chord progression of some sort. So I like that. I'm gonna go with it. Get and record that. I came back kind of hard. So I got that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Command A to highlight everything. Go to Edit. Go to Humanize. In Humanize, I'm going to check the box for Humanize time. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I'm gonna Humanize note length. Move this up to like right there, 18. Humanize velocity, about 21. And I'm gonna only do it to selected events. I'm gonna hit apply. As you can see, if you saw the actual MIDI notes adjusted. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna label this piano. Also, I was on the default settings in this well, I was on real piano, I guess. All right, that sounds dope. I'm gonna name this soft piano. All right, now I'm gonna look for another sound real quick. So before I actually play a other VST, I want to play higher octave on this same mini grand piano. I'm gonna go ahead and record that. I'm gonna do the same thing, highlight everything, go to Humanize, and I'm gonna leave it on the same settings, apply. So I found this slow sweeper soft lead inside of Expand 2. This was also in that Air Technology bundle. The chords that I'm playing along with it is the chords that I played in the piano section, but this time I'm kind of doing it chopped up a little bit. Let's try it out. Excuse me. This part is just basically by taste, by ear. These actual plugins are not that CPU intensive. If you were using CPU intensified CPU intensive plugins, then you would see the CPU spikes over here in your right is beneath my underneath or layered underneath my face. My face is over here in this corner right now, so yeah, it's layered underneath my face, but I'll show it somehow. All right, so we got that. I think all I need is like a bass kind of a sound, and then I'm good to go. So the MPC came with the bassline. It's by Air, but it's an actual Air technology, but it's an actual plugin or key group. It can open in standalone as well. I'm going to use any one of these. I'll use a simple sine. Record it in a higher octave, so maybe you guys can hear it, and then I'll just drop it. Got that sorted, drop it. All right, that was a simple sine. So boom. Now that we got that, right? Go back to track 1. You hover over track, you right click, you scroll down to bounce to new track, or you could do bounce to sample, whichever works for you. Also, inside of the MPC Live or X, you hit your pencil tool on the track, not the sequence. But if you go to the sequence, it's gonna say bounce to sample, right? You hit the sequence, right click on the sequence, it say bounce to sample or bounce to new track. This would be for the sequence itself, but on the MPC hardware, I don't know about the MPC X, but on the MPC Live, it doesn't say bounce to new audio track when you're in the sequence, right? You're under the sequence and you right click, it doesn't say bounce to new track inside of the MPC Live. But you can bounce to new track. Say you wanted to bounce all of this to a new track, you most surely could. But we're gonna separate each one separate. You would bounce to a new audio track. It'll bounce to a new audio track. You can go ahead and name it piano. I wonder if it took the melodies. Let me see. No, it didn't. So then you want to go back to Midi. Go to the second track. Go ahead and right click, bounce to new audio track. You can see in here, it actually names it. It connects a bounce and a hyphen to it. Theoretically, it's supposed to be muting these tracks, which it did. You guys can't see that it's muted here in the software. Let me see if I go to Trac Mute. You can actually see in Trac Mute that they're actually muted, right? So it's bouncing the audio to sample and it's muting the VSTs that you're using, which therefore saves on CPU. And again, these plugins that I'm using currently aren't that CPU intensive, but if you were using the likes of many, which are CPU intensive, then, you know, this comes in handy. I'm gonna get ahead and bounce the other two off camera, and then I'm gonna get back with you. Hold up. So I just bounced the last one, which was the bass. And you can see the wave sign is pretty bassy, if you will. So these are the bounce sounds. And once you got them bounce to audio, you basically treat it how you want to treat it. You know, you can do multiple things with it, but it's a pretty dope technique to actually utilize within the MPC software. It's a pretty dope thing to use. So I'm going to add some drums. I'm going to mix it down a little bit, add some drums to it, and then show you the finished product or project. Excuse me. So I pull this drum break in. Not sure if it's going to work, but this is it. What I'm going to do is going to tighten this up real quick. All right, go to chop, go to threshold, Leave it on 50. Patch phrase. It's a 2-bar loop, but I'm gonna test it out by putting it on 4 because of the timestamp. And if that don't work, I just come back and do it again. So now go back to 1, create a new program, drop this here. So I'm gonna press record. So if you guys caught that patch phrase video that I did, I think that was my last upload for 2019. Caught that video. I showed you how to use patch phrases. I'm not gonna go into all the intricate stuff that I showed. Check that video out. But that's what I just did with that loop. Now I'm just gonna layer it with my own drums. Alright, so now you got that. You got the drums layered, how you got them layered. Go ahead, hit the pencil tool and hit explode on your MPC Live. Or you go here. Or you go to edit, track, explode. That does, it explodes the track. It mutes the drum track. Most of you guys should know this already, but for the people in the back, it mutes out the drum track and it sends to different tracks. And what I'm about to do, I'm about to take it a step further, and I'm going to need to clean this up first though. But I'm going to bounce to a new track. All right, so now all the MIDI tracks are basically muted out, as you can see here, by going to Trackview, and we have all the audio tracks. So everything that was in MIDI are now audio files. You can rename the bounce. All of them are going to have the bounce adjacent to them, and you could rename them here if you want to. And what I'm about to do, I have to. OCD's kicking in. I have to mix this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bear with me. right, so it's a little bit better. That soft lead synth is really getting to me now. Now it's getting to me. Now we're in Trackview mode, playlist mode, if you will. So there's no Command A, Control A with this. You have to basically use the cursor and select all. Once you do that, you can Command D and it duplicates it. The issue with that is that being that you have the bars on 8 bars, it's not going to move any further. So you hit 16 at bars, and now you can see what you just duplicated. Or you could just go ahead and double the length of your sequence. And then now you can see what you got. So I'm gonna keep this one short. Get to the point real quick. I'm gonna use the eraser tool and I'm going to erase these sounds. All right. And like that, you got a joint. You know what I'm talking about? You go back in, you go to each individual sound you want to go to, run through them. You have them all here. You can go ahead and put whatever effects you want to put on each insert. You could send them to the submix. You could send them to return sends, right? So if you had a return, you see that turn to return send 1, which I don't know why I did that initially because there's nothing there, but you would send it to whatever insert effect that you wanted to, right? I lost the train of thought just now, but that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for banging with your boy today. If this is your first time banging with me and you made it this far in the video, please do subscribe. If you are not subscribed, I really do appreciate you. More videos are coming this new year. We just getting started. It was a beautiful 2019. Salute to all the new subscribers who subscribe. I do appreciate you. Do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time. Peace. Peace.